Okay. So now with this we have done with the
Sets.
sets. Okay. Now see, this is not related to set, but can you explain me what I'm doing here?
Sir, this is looking like a quiz app. So first it is taking user answer,
Hmm.
then it is taking input.
Hmm.
The text which is shown is what is the capital of India.
Hmm.
Then user has to enter the answer. Now we are setting the answer as Delhi, all small. If then next line, if answer is equals to user answer dot lower, which lowers the answer of user. For example, if we kept capital D, it will show wrong. That's why you used a dot lower to keep every letter small. Then you're printing correct because it is the same. If then else printing wrong because it is not the same.
Correct. So now if I put Delhi in all caps, it will
It will show correct.
correct. If I remove this dot lower, what will happen?
It will show wrong.
That time if I use D small, E capital, Delhi, even though it's a Delhi, it will throw error because it's a case sensitive, right? So for that we are converting the user answer, whatever user is entering here, we are converting to lower because we have kept the answer as in a lower case. Okay, now tell
Sir,
me, there is
if
another.
there is another problem. If you add a space or before or after the word, it will throw error.
Correct.
Like
Then
it will show wrong.
how to solve that?
You have to use dot strip or something.
Yes. So here, after converting the lower, we can use strip function. This we have learned in the
First month.
yes, in the when we were learning the string, and this program also we have done that time. So now if
Yes.
I put Delhi like this, space, it will show correct because strip function will what it will do, it will remove the all the spaces from the front and back, it will remove the spaces.
But sir, if you keep a space in the middle of the word, it will it will show wrong.
Yes, because the strip function will not, if you put D space E space L space H then space I, then this will not remove, it will remove only the complete words after, before and after, in the middle it will not do. Okay,
Okay.
now your task for before the next class. Okay, till here it is okay. Now suppose user is entering the answer like this. Okay, D space L space H space I. Okay, like this. Okay, so now you have to correct this, even though user is entering with a space, you have to write a program, you have to change this logic or add to this logic something. Okay,
Okay.
so that user is, if user is entering like this also, it will say it's correct. So
Sir, you need to split all these letters into a list, then you have to delete all the spaces.
okay, that thing you have to do. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, so I'll give you some hint. See, these are the first, what this is a string, right?
Yes.
Whatever user is entering, that will be a string. So string we can format character by character, right? If we
Yes.
take this Delhi as a string, if we use a for loop for letters in this this string, suppose user answer,
Okay.
and if we print, it will print letter by letter, right? Character by character. So you can use a for loop, you can process this thing, and
Hmm.
what you can do, whenever there is a space, ignore that, only the letters that you are getting DEL, that you put together and form a new string, then that string you compare with the Delhi, this answer. Okay, then you'll get the correct answer. Now you try me and solve this in the next class. Okay,
Okay, sir.
you'll remember this assignment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now suppose suppose we have a marks stored in a list. Okay, and if we want to find the average marks of the student, so how we find the average in math?
Sir, we have to add all the numbers. Then we
Mhm.
have to divide it by the number of numbers.
Number of subjects. Okay, suppose this
Yes.
is the 85 in math, science, English, history, or any other subject. Okay, so there are five subjects marks I have entered here. Now if I want to print the average marks, so there is a function sum of marks means it will take all the elements from the list and it will sum together, it will give the total. Though this will give total marks, and then we know the len function will give the number of elements in the list, so it will give 5. So total divided by number of subject, that is 5, it will that will be the average, right? So
Yes.
here we'll get the average. So here we can simply print average and it will give us the average marks of that student. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Suppose here there is a sports list and I want to print all the sports name in the that is there in the list. So I can simply put for sports in sports and I can print the sports. So it will print item by item, right? So when we
Yes.
run this, we'll get the my top, like this is the message, and after that it will print all the elements. Okay. Now suppose we are preparing a guest list for a party invitation. So first I have added in the guest list, I have added Ria, Aman, and Tina. Okay, this is the first time when I made a list. Later I wanted to add something to the list. So for that, what I'll use the append function, right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
So guest dot append, I'll add Raj. So now the new list will have the Riya, Aman, Tina, and Raj. Now later I decided to remove somebody. Suppose I want to remove Aman from the final list. So what I'll do, I'll use the list dot remove, list name dot remove Aman. So Aman will be removed. So final list will have the only Ria, Tina, and Raj. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is one. Suppose you are making an application where if somebody wants to plan something. Okay. So party invitation app, right? So they can add the guest, they can remove the guest, and they can finally at last they can get the final list. Okay, this can be used in the grocery list app also. You can keep adding the grocery items, and then if you want to remove, you can remove. Okay, understood? These are the
Yes, sir.
applications of list and algorithm. Okay,
Okay, sir.
suppose somebody has uh, while writing, he has written the Ria multiple times. Okay, Ria, Aman. So there is a big list, and by mistake he has added the multiple names. Names are repeating. Aman is twice, Ria is twice, and if you want to remove, what you will do? If you want to remove the duplicate guest names,
You have to convert it into list. No set.
set and then convert back to the list, and then you will get the understood, right?
Sir.
Now we'll go to the function. Okay, I'll share this thing for
Okay.
you practice. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and solve this one, the program that I have asked you. So now we know what is a program, right? What is a program?
Program.
Yes.
It is a set of instructions given to the computer.
Yes. So when we write a program, we write program to give instructions to the computer so that it can perform some task. So when we write a big program, inside the big program we can have the multiple sections. Okay, that will do. If I want to write a program where I want to perform different operations. So for doing different operations, we have to divide the program into different sections, right?
Yes.
So like supposing we want to write a calculator program. So in calculator program, we will have the different functionality. Like we need to have the addition functionality, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? These four operations we need to do. So we need to have the four functionality in our program. So all these small functionality to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, we can write inside a function. And what is a function? Function is a block of code which will be inside a program. So function is a block of code. The program is a whole code. Inside the program, some part of the program, block of code that we write inside as a function. So when you run the program, that block of code will not be executed when you call the program. When you run the program, it will be executed only when you call that block. Okay, then how to, if we want to call that block, I want to name it something, right? So when we name it, we can call that block by that particular name. Like
Okay. Yes, sir.
if I want to call Prakshit, I have to first you have been given a name, right? Prakshit. So
Yes.
everybody who wants to call you, they have to call Prakshit. Then only you will reply, right? In the
Yes.
same way, suppose this is a program. So when I run this program, what will happen? It will execute this also. Age equal to 5,
Yes.
b equal to age equal to 4, b equal to 5, c is equal to a plus b. It will print c value. Then it will do d is equal to a minus b, and it will give me this message. So when I run this, it will give me the output for this addition also, for this subtraction also, right? Correct.
Yes.
See, now all
Yes.
the code is running, but I don't want this to happen. I want, when I say my program to add, then only it should add. When I ask it to subtract, then only it should subtract. So this block of code I want to be called only when I want to call the sum. If I want to have the sum of the two numbers, I want to call this block of code. If I want the subtraction, I want to call this block of code. Okay. So for that, what we do, we write functions. So for that, what we can do, we can use a def keyword. Def keyword is used to define a function. So there are two steps in functions. First is we need to define the function. Defining means what our function will do. And then the second step is calling a function. So this step is called defining a function. So here I'm
Define.
defining a function. And how we define a function? By using the def keyword. So def keyword will use, and then we'll write a function name. Function name, you can write anything. Like here I'm writing add. You can, if you want, you can write sum. Okay, anything, any function name that based on your functionality. If you are performing addition, you have to give addition. Okay, or
Yes.
sum. If you are performing,
Sir,
yeah,
you told me to create that calculator with definitions that day, right?
yes, yes,
I made it.
yes, correct. Once I explain this, you show me. Okay, if you have the code.
Okay, sir.
So this is the def function. Sorry, add function. So def add, open and close the bracket. After that, colon. So this will define the function. After colon, when we hit enter, from here we need to write the functionality that this will do. This function will do. So here I'm writing a equal to 5, b equal to 5, c equal to a plus b, and this way. So now when I run this code, I'll not get any output. What this will
Okay.
do, this will just define the function. So now our
Okay.
function is ready. It is ready to be called. So how we call? By the function name. So when I write simple add, open and close bracket, and run it, I'll get the output addition is 9. So once it is called, it will go inside the function and it will execute the code written inside. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The same here, we have the two variables. Here I'm calling the multifunction. I'm defining a multifunction that will multiply two variables, and sum function that will give me the sum. Okay. So, and see, this subtraction one is written outside without any function name. So what will happen? That part will be executed. When I call this, when I run this program, it these three lines will be executed. But these lines of code will be only, it will define the function, but it will not execute. It will not go and give me the output x into y. If I want to get the x into y, I need to, what I need to do? I need to write further. I need to call the multi. So when I run multi, if I write multi at the end, what it will do? It will define here, and then here it will be calling the multi. So now what will be, earlier I got the output subtraction is 10. Now if I write multi, open and close bracket, now tell me what output I'll get.
If you write multi, it will show you the output of multiplication.
So I'll only get this output, or I'll get any other output.
It will get subtraction and this output.
Yes, because this is outside the function, so it will always be executed when we run the program. And here we have called this multi function, so we are getting the multiplication output also. If I want to run sum also, I'll have to call the sum also. So now it will give me output for the sum also. Understood the use case of the function?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if I write a function name my city name, so whenever I call this, this will print the my city name is Bangalore. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever I run this, that function is defined. Now if I call, it will show me the output. Okay. So def we first will define, then we'll call. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Now see here, I am writing a addition function. Where whenever I'll call this, while defining, I'm giving A and B. A and B I'm getting from the user input. And then sum is equal to A plus B, and then, so when I run this program, it see, now it is not asking me to enter the first and second number, because this block of code will be executed only when we call the function. While definition, it will not execute. So now it has been defined, it is ready to serve. So next line, if I call add function, it will ask me to enter the number, then it will ask me to enter the second number, and it will give me the output. समझ में आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Now these are the simple functions. Okay, now there are multiple type of functions that we can create. The one of which is functions with parameters. What is parameters? Parameters is the variables that we pass while calling the function. So see, suppose I'll create a function with a function called division. So def function name, and here if I remove this A and B, then it will, when I run this thing, see, and when I call without, see, now it is giving me some output. Okay, now suppose I'll put A comma B here, and now if I call the division function, it will throw error. Now what error it will throw? It will say that division function requires two positional arguments A and B. So now, because while defining the function, I have given that this function, whenever somebody wants to call, they have to call by passing the two variables value A and B. So whenever I call this division function, it will require two variables value, so that it can assign those value to A and B variables, and it can do further things. Okay, so now
Yes, sir.
when I call without passing the variable, passing the parameters, it will throw error. Now if I pass 5 and 6, what it will do? It will not throw error, it will give me the output division of Division is this much. 5 divided by 6 is, this is the output. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
what will the return function do?
That also will come. Return function will return the whatever. So here, suppose I'm writing result. Instead of that, I can write return A divided by B. So it will automatically, whenever you call this function, it will, you will be getting the output as a
Okay,
result.
out.
Okay. That also will see next. Okay. Return function. Okay. That will give you the direct result. Here we are printing and then we are seeing the result. If I remove this print, what will happen? See,
Nothing.
it is not showing me the result here, right?
Yes.
But when we use return, it will give us the output. If I put here return a comma b and
Yes.
define, now if I call, it will give me the output. So it will return the whatever the output of this one. Okay, without using the print. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Suppose we are defining a function with three arguments, three parameters. Okay, and we are performing something. So whenever I call this, I need to pass the three arguments, then only it will do. If I pass only two, it will throw me error because it requires three. So one more, it wants. Okay, so now if I pass one more, it will not throw error. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, these are the same thing. Calling a function, this is the with the parameters. Okay, next thing is, okay, next thing is, we see here now I'm defining a function with two parameters a and b. Till now we have done like this, right? A and b, a comma b. Now defined, I have defined the function a comma b. C is equal to a plus b, print c. Now if I call this sum with the
Error.
only one number, it will throw error. So to avoid this error, what we can do, if we can put the default value, suppose b is equal to 10. Okay, while defining. So now in this case, what will happen if somebody is calling this function sum with a one value only? For b, it will take the default value 10. So 560 plus 10, 570, it has given me the output. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And suppose if I give the b value as 90. So now since I am passing the 90, it will not use the b is equal to 10. It will use b is equal to 90. So now output would be 650. 560 plus 90 is 650. Understood? When will not pass the value, it will take the default value. This is called default value. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So we can give the default value for both the variables. Okay? So now see, if I call the function with just name, it will not throw error. It will just use the default values. Okay? If I pass 1, it will use that 1. 1 plus 10 then. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Same thing here. Here for the name, we are using the default value Tejaswin and we are printing. Okay? So when I run this, when I call ABC, it will give me hello Tejaswin. If I pass something like ABC Prakshit, it will show me the output hello Prakshit. Okay? Default value will be overridden when we pass some value. Now the next concept is keyword argument. What is keyword arguments? Here will here what I'm doing, I'm here we can have the key value syntax. So here I'm defining a function, my function with keywords, and child 1, child 2, child 3, these are the three key I'm giving, child 1, child 2, child 3. Okay, and here I'm printing the using the string, the young child is child 3. Okay, youngest child is child 3. So while calling the function, now here I have defined the function with the keyword. Now since these are the keywords, I can call these functions with the, I can use the value, key value for each of these parameters. So while calling, I'll call the function name my function with keywords, and for each child I'll give name values. Like here I'm giving child 2 is email, child 3 is Tejas, and child 1 is Tanay. Okay, so now when I call this, it will give me the output child 3. Child 3 value is Tejas, so it will say that youngest child is Tejas. So here child 2 will be, this child 2 key will have the value email, child 3 will have the value Tejas, and child 1 will have the Sanay. Same thing, like we are passing the parameters, right? Here we can pass the parameters with the value also. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'll do, I'll stop here, and in the next class we'll continue with the further things. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and did you write any of the function?
Yes, sir. That calculator one, right?
Okay, you want to show?
Yes, sir.
Um,
Sir, here I'm defining the add function.
hmm,
This is the subtraction. This one is multiplication, and this one division. I'm checking if number 2 means the second number is not equals to 0, then we're going to print num1 divided by num2. Otherwise, we're going to print cannot divide by 0.
okay, good.
And then I'm defining this calculator by the keyword calc, while true, print welcome to the calculator. X equals to input enter number, print empty line. Y equals to another number, empty line. What operation do you want to do, and then empty line. If I, which is operator, if it is equals to plus, we're calling the add function, then we break the loop. Else if it is minus, then subtraction, then we break the loop. Else if I equals to division, divide division function, then breaking the loop. If it is multiplication, multiplication function, and mean breaking the loop. If it is not any one of these operators, then we have to print invalid operation. Please give a proper operation, which will because we don't break the loop, it will go again to the starting and it will print welcome to the calculator.
Okay, your program will not end; it will repeat. Very good.
Yes, sir.
And at last, you are calling the calc function. Run the program.
Okay, sir. Enter number 5. Enter number 6. What operation you want to do? Plus. Okay. Now I'll run again, and this time
Give the wrong
I'll
one.
give invalid operation.
Okay.
So this time I type 80 and then 0 And if I keep division, it will show cannot divide by 0. And then it will break the loop.
Yes. So see here, when you are writing now this condition here, if condition, if number is 0, we cannot divide by 0. That is one kind of error handling. Okay. Here you are, if you not write that, whenever user will put 0, it will, system will throw error, cannot divide by 0. Instead of system throwing error, you are handling that error and showing the message that we cannot divide by 0. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
okay, very good, very good. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So whatever what assignment I gave you today, that you do, and the previous programs that I have given you now, remember assignment programs, easy and medium levels, that also you try. You have lot of time, right? Your school is
Yes.
not going on, so try that also. We'll discuss that, and then in the next class we'll continue from here.
Bye, sir.
Bye.